hope you are getting the idea and the message that what I'm putting out in these episodes, and even in the book itself, Resilience, the Beauty of Presence, it's not about giving you something to instigate a counter thought to your usual perspective on life or on this day. I have said many times that in my book and in these episodes, I do offer you only one guarantee in these short 500 seconds that should serve as an introduction to the book if you have not had the time to look into it or read it. But it is to give you just an idea and a way to consider changing your perspective on this present moment. Not yesterday, not last year, not tomorrow, not 2027. I'm asking you to change your perspective on this present moment. So instead of giving you something that might smack of being rebellious or a counter to the status quo, look at it this way from this guy you're listening to today. Look at me as an antagonist, not a rebel, although that's okay too. I think I'll go graduate into the antagonist side. And that idea came from another episode a few weeks ago called The New State of Self-Belief. If you get a chance, check that out for me. I normally reject the notion of belief and believing stuff as a way to express and demonstrate one's faith or conviction. But now, from my newly occupied self-belief, I observe this differently now. As you may have listened to that in an earlier podcast episode about the personal state of self-belief, whatever we do or act on in so-called faith is dead without action. And if that activity starts and emanates only from your head, it is not sustainable. So that word or statement, even a positivity, without the state of belief first, will evaporate as quickly as you state it, even repeatedly. See, that was my mistake. Several times over, several decades over, my mistake. To start down a path to voice some magical, nice words about what I will do or want to do or even will do. But then I forgot or ignored or I didn't believe in those words beyond the air I exhaled to use them. I had not vetted those kind and potential words for growth and deeper, higher positive vibration through my southern state of heart. But now I observe the belief state not as an afterthought or as a nice to have. I now can see that state as a confirmed point of departure and forward. Also, in a few earlier 820 episodes, I had cited my rebel with a cause and with rebellion as the cause in the title and context of those kind of episodes. That is still valid and appropriate and definitely respective of that time. But in this now and in keeping pace with the effective and proper use of words for awareness, for positive movement and a statement going forward, I must release that use of, or that term, rebel and rebellion. So today, I'm going to use antagonist. That works as the best term for me now, antagonist. You know, in any given situation or condition, you will normally find, or at least two components or entities in a meeting or discussion or conflict. A protagonist an antagonist. And certainly you and I today can play both roles if we were alone separately in an endeavor. But let's go with even when I am alone on my journey, the environment may serve as the protagonist, and I will serve as the antagonist in this show. Not as the objective, but from the subjective perspective. I do think in further review that this term antagonist may have more credence and as the best choice for my use and application. My contrarian nature is not meant to adversely disrupt or disturb you or any environment that I encounter on my journey. I just tend to see things and myself from a wider, bigger picture, more of a contextual viewpoint more times than not. Not that I see more or deeper or better than you, just differently, but from a common and positive essence, the same heartbeat and flow of love that brought us here individually, yet collectively now. So, I am an antagonist with a cause and daily pause for purpose to deliver a message with this voice and from the same inspiration as you. I like it and I love it. I like me and I love me some me. Hopefully you do too. Before you say what you say, believe it first and not the other way. Think about that. Before you say what you say, believe it first, not after. This is for me a reminder, a reorientation to the thing about belief. I did put it in an episode, this new South State of Belief. But even using that term, although it did appear in the book itself as one of the models about being present. And belief has a part to play in your evolution about being a leader or a messenger. It is in there, but I hadn't really embraced it as fully as I do now. So, even as simple as saying that maybe you also can join me in the antagonist movement, not to agitate, but to take the inspiration or the conditions from the protagonist side and move positively with love into the direction on your journey and knowing who you are, what you are, and what drives you. Like yourself, love you some you. Believe it first though, and then express it. Stay present, stay current. No matter where you are in this world, remember, please, it's always 820.